Okay. Can you tell me what is closure in JavaScript? And could you please also give an example?
So closure is a function which, for example, if I have a function and I have returned another function inside it, and if I have initialized a variable in its outer scope, I can like get the value of that outsider scope inside that return function. This is called lexical scope, and it is called closure.
Could you please give an example also?
I have created a function and I have initialized a variable inside. Variable name is equal to Pradeep, and I have then created another function inside that. And if I console.name inside that return function, I will get the name as Pradeep.
Okay. What is temporal dead zone in JavaScript?
Temporal dead zone basically creates with let and const. It is the time for initialized value to initialized value. If I have not initialized a value with let and const and try to console it, so it will be in temporal dead zone until it get initialized. So till that it will be in temporal dead zone.
Okay. Okay. In chat, I have typed you something. What is the output of this? So I have typed I have typed console log a. Then I let a is equal to 10. What will be the output?
It will be undefined.
It will be undefined.
Yes.
Why?
Because it is we are consoling a in the first line and it is uninitialized. So in memory location a will be undefined, which is default.
Okay. But here I have. Are you sure? I have added let.
Okay, let it is the error will come. We have to initializer first. I think like that.
What will be the error? What will be the error?
Unintentional initializer like that. Initialize.
Okay.
A is not initialized like that.
Okay. What is currying in JavaScript?
Currying?
Yeah.
So currying transform a function with currying transform a function with multiple arguments. Is taking basically is transform multiple function into a single nested of function. Is taking single argument.
Okay.
So we don't have to pass the argument with the same variable again and again.
Okay. How do you deep clone an object in JavaScript?
Deep clone with the help of JSON parse load-s.
Okay. Okay. What is debouncing in JavaScript?
So basically, debouncing is related to the delay. Like we delay something to like suppose if I have to call an API, suppose I have to search something, and for the particular period of time, I don't want to hit the API and again. So that's why we use debouncing to delay something until the previous task is implemented. The previous function is implemented.
Okay. Can you tell what is the difference between debouncing and throttling?
What? Debouncing?
And throttling.
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 So for throttling, can I give example?
Yeah, please.
Suppose if I have a button and on that button I have to call an API. So if I click that button first time, it will call an API. But suppose if a user is clicking that button again and again, so that will lead to a like unnecessary calling of the API again and again. So we use throttling. It is a concept to stop that button for some period of time, and then after that we can again use it. Yes.
Okay. Do you know promise?
Promise?
Yeah.
Yes, I use promise.
Can you tell me what happens if you call both resolve and reject in same promise?
If I use a resolve, it will resolve a particular function or something, and if you reject that, it will we will get all the things in the cache error. It will. If you have to see, set an static error, so we use reject for that.
Okay. Okay. Can you tell me, have you used like weak map or weak set in JavaScript?
Weak for?
Weak map. Yeah.
No, not really. I have not used it yet. Weak map.
Okay. If I've given you an array of like some value, like 100 elements. If I asked you to remove duplicates from that array, how could you remove it efficiently?
Like I can do with the help of for loop, or I can create a new set of array with the help of new set and give that array inside a argument.
Okay, so you'll use a for loop. So what will be the complexity if you use a for loop?
For loop. For loop 2n.
2n, nothing called there is 2n.
Yes, we have to call 2 for loops.
Can you use reduce method?
Reduce method for what?
For this removing the duplicates.
Reduce. Basically, in reduce we have previous value and the next value.
Yes. You can check, right? If it's not include the current value, then
yes.
This is an online program. You got it?
Yes.
Can you write? Can you show your screen and write? Just show me the snapshot.
JS compiler.
Yeah. Any online compiler, yeah.
I have to use only reduce, or I can use any method for loop.
For loop, so it is not, as I told, make it more optimized. So I believe you can use some reduce. Can you try with reduce?
Okay.
Okay, I saw it. Okay. So can you tell me some of the questions, like let's have some CSS questions. So, what are the best practices for creating mobile fast design?
Mobile file design.
Yeah, mobile fast design.
Like responsive, how to make responsive.
Yes, mobile fast design.
With the help of media
So it is
query.
no, it is just like you're designing a website or application that prioritizes mobile designs. You have to prioritize mobile designs.
Mobile designs.
Yeah.
So if I'm using a framework, we can also use media query there, or
Okay.
or if you have a particular framework where medium size LG MD is already there, we can use that.
Okay. Okay. So can you tell me how can you like what is the difference between absolute, relative, or fixed?
Basically, all the three are used for moving an element from
Okay.
top, bottom, left, and right.
Yeah.
In position, it can be moved from its like particular element, like with their same element. If I have that element and if I try to move from right, it will move only that element from left to right. And in position relative, it will move according to the position relative. If that div is wrapped inside that parent div, and if that parent div is relative, it will move according to their parent.
Okay.
And it will occupy their space also in relative.
Okay.
And in fixed, it will be fixed.
Okay.
Always.
Okay. Okay. Let's move to React section of React questions. Can you tell me what are the React fragments?
Basic React fragments are basically a React inbuilt feature which is used to wrap a component, more than one component.
Okay.
So whenever we are creating an JSX, if more than one elements are there, we need to wrap it inside a div or fragment.
So what is the advantage of using React fragment?
Because it is available by the React.
So there should be some advantage, right? So why will you use React fragment?
For reusable, basically for reusable components.
How can React fragment will make reusable?
If we are creating a component, we can use it anywhere inside our project.
That is a different thing, right? Like consider I have only there's no reusable component I'm creating. Okay, just simple one component is there. So there I'm using React fragment. I want to use React fragment. Okay. So can you tell me what is React context and when should we use instead of Redux?
Context is used for global storage. So it is used basically. We don't use Redux in smaller application.
Okay.
So we use context API in, like, if you have lesser components, then we can use context API for global storage, and we can get all the storage wherever it is wrapped. If I have wrapped 4 component inside a context provider, we can get that global storage in that 4 components. And for Redux, it is used for larger applications.
Okay. So you have used the hooks, right? Have you used memo hook?
Yes, I have used hook.
What is the limitation of use memo hook?
Legislation? What?
Limitation of use memo hook.
Basically, it is used for unnecessary re-rendering of the pages.
Is there any limitation?
No limitation.
Okay. How does use rep differ from use state?
Use ref is not controlled by the React itself. We use ref to directly manipulate any element of HTML.
Okay.
So with the help of use ref, we can manipulate any element with that.
Okay. How does keyprop help in list rendering?
It is auto. If we don't give key, then it will take index as the. So we have to tell from part processor that data needs to be in showing rendering. So we give key.
So if you not give key, what will happen?
It will tell React that we have to manage the data in that particular indexes or IDs.
Okay. How can you improve performance of a large list in React?
Last used?
Large list.
What to do with the large list?
How can you improve performance of a large list?
Post points. I'm not getting it. Like if I have large list, then what I have to do with it?
You have to improve the performance. Sometimes the scrolling is become very laggy. So yeah, so you need to improve the performance. How can you improve?
We can do pagination.
Okay, without pagination, like consider I'm scrolling 100, 200 elements at a time. So how can you do?
So we will use a arrow button. Then we will show only some data, and then after that, clicking on that page, we will show more data.
No, I'm asking programmatically. Like let's leave some. Let's leave it using something user interface or something. So programmatically, how can we improve the simple list? There is no pagination. So okay, let's move to the next question. What is server-side rendering in React?
So server-side rendering basically runs on server side, but React works on client-side rendering.
So React does not support server-side rendering, you are telling?
No, React does not support server-side rendering. Basically, it's a client-side rendering.
No, I think React supports server-side rendering. Okay, so can you tell me what is higher order components in React?
So higher order components, basically when we create a component, when we create a function, and as a argument we send a function inside it and return as a function.
Okay.
This is called higher order function.
Okay. Do you know what is the difference between shallow rendering and full DOM rendering?
Shallow rendering.
Yeah.
Shallow rendering.
Okay. How do you handle error inside React component?
From an API or?
Yeah. Do you have about error boundaries? Yeah, any kind of error.
Any kind of error.
Yeah.
Like, with the help of debugging or
Okay.
with the help of console.log where I'm getting the error.
Okay. Okay, fine.